Good evening, everybody. It is April 28th, 2022. I'm phoning in the introduction tonight because, well, I'm not at my computer. I'm actually on an old phone, and I needed to have an introduction because
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, it's time for Ken Stout Live.
Like a slight adjustment. Hello, everybody, and welcome into July 25th, 2023. Ken Stout Live with the Zoom homies. The Zoom homies with Ken Stout Live. I am your host, Ken Stout Live. It is good to be back. I will go let everyone that is in Zoom, which is Sam, Chris, Photo Mix Media twice. It's like the Double Mint Twins. William Dawson and Greg Guy. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Uh-oh.
Hello.
Oh,
Not seeing anything going across YouTube again. What is the deal here? This is what I get for not being here for 5 days. I can hear you guys. That shows it being on the right source. That looks correct. I seem to be having this issue with these anyway. I may have to go back to the headset. Let me see if adjusting the volume. Okay, can I get an audio check off of Zoom, please?
Hello.
Testing 1, 2.
That making a little audio change fixed it. Now I'll adjust it as we go along. The
Charlie.
mixer is bouncing, so good. That is weird that I had to make an adjustment like that. Interesting. So Tim Soul says he's been. You're a little late there, one of the twins, but yeah, you can get an audio check. We can hear you. Can you hear us? Over.
Copy. Over.
Tim says
What?
19 years at his job, and he gets 3 weeks more of vacation. That's cool.
He can come to Georgia.
There we go. I got chat popped out. I'm guessing everybody can hear us. He says it sounds good. Tim says it sounds good. Good. Rick says hello. Did his laundry last night. Good to see you, Rick. Tim Soul says hello. He'll be out doing laundry today. Yeah. I'm going to do that tomorrow night. She goes back to work tomorrow night through Saturday and go from there. Now, this is weird that I know One Fish was third. Tony Wallow was first. William Dawson was second. But I can only go back to 7:30 in chat. I say that like it's a big shock. Tony Wallow was first at 7:06, my time. And then he said 7:07 at 7:05 or 7:05 at 7:07. I guess there's a 3 hour and 2 minute time delay between here and California. I don't know. One Fish said hello. OBS Jake said hello in a roundabout way. Mimi said hello. Good to see Mimi. Jeff Ryman said hello, and he'll be with us as soon as he finishes making a salad, which sounds really good, by the way. Tim says he may go to GA. I guess that's Georgia.
Yeah.
Cool. It's good to see everybody. I don't know if you guys watched the little thing I uploaded yesterday. I said hi to George, got me calling him George now. I said hi to Greg, and I said hi to Josh, and I said hi to Sam as we drove by. We did actually get a picture of the Canonisto, or however you say it, river, but I can't find it.
Okay.
I mean, obviously we drove right by it, but still, I wanted to give the shout out. So, good trip, real good trip. Some of you guys already know that from being here last night.
Yeah, you deserve this vacation, Ken, and I hope this is one of many for you and Mrs. K.
We'll see. I know playing golf this morning, even though it was only 86 degrees when we started at 10 o'clock and it was 90 when we finished at 2, that kicked my butt. I forgot all about Jose wanted to get together at 5 o'clock my time, 2 o'clock his time today, until about 20 minutes ago. I was like, doggone it, I was supposed to do something today. Then I remembered what I was supposed to do today. So I apologize to Jose for that. That was my mistake. I laid down and that's all she wrote.
It's okay, Ken. No apologies needed. I understand, and it's also it's my fault for not reminding you. But anyways, I understand. Especially after coming from a nice, wonderful vacation. Yeah, I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. I'm not going to remind Mr. Ken Stout here. But yeah, it's nice to have you back and everything. And yeah, welcome back, and I hope you enjoy your vacation with Mrs. K.
We did. I've got a lot of pictures to share at some point in time. I'm debating on if I want to share them over a live stream or an after stream Zoom. I haven't really decided yet. I'll be honest, streaming was the farthest thing from my mind most of the time I was gone. Real pretty country. We saw some deer going. We saw some deer when we got down to the Virginia area. As you will see, I got some really good pictures of them. Why can't I restore? There we go. Let me see if I can do this here. Bear with me one moment. So how's everybody been while I'm doing this? Guys have a good 5 days while I was gone? That's good. There we go. Now I'm going to. So here's a very interesting conundrum / thing to think about. We did all the walking at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We did all the walking at Niagara Falls. I didn't get one leg cramp that night. Didn't get one leg cramp Saturday. Didn't get one leg cramp Sunday. I sleep in my own bed last night, and what do I get? 5 leg cramps. Go figure that. I didn't walk anywhere yesterday. It's the weirdest thing ever. It might be the bed, seriously. Because, I mean, driving, you're not really using your muscles all that much, I don't think. And then, yeah, and if it was my right calf that cramped, I would say okay, because that's what you're using for the accelerator. But it was my left calf that ain't doing anything. That's good English right there, by the way. Ain't doing anything. All right, so yes, we're going to start teaching the English language here. Yeah, yeah, me teaching street English. Now that's interesting. Okay, what screen am I sharing? Oh, wait a minute. I'm not sharing the right screen. Let's try that again. I'm sharing. Now I'm sharing the right screen. I knew it wasn't the right screen because I'm like, that should be the background logo, but it's not. All right. So we'll start out with the 35 millimeter pictures. This is sitting in the garage, getting ready to leave. I guess she wanted to look pretty for the ride. I don't know. And I took about 4 of those, maybe 5. This was the Science and whatever center. You can tell I paid a lot of attention because the name of it's the Science and whatever center. It came out all right. A little crooked on the, making it not square or whatever. And then this one. And she is inheriting my mom's inherent ability to close her eyes when a picture is taken. I have more pictures of her with her eyes closed. It's just weird. And there's another one of it, same thing. We did go to the Dome Theater. Oh, I need to make some co-hosts too before I forget. We did go to the Dome Theater, and I thought that was pretty cool, actually. Now, can I do this from within? It looks like I might be able to. I don't know. Give me a second here. Yeah, I'll get back into this in about a week. Just give me a day or two to figure it out. I'm a little slow. Like I said, driving down the highway, I don't have to worry about making a co-host or running a show or anything like that. I do. Man, you're not even here 2 minutes. You're not even here 5 seconds, and you're begging to go to the waiting room. Just begging. Now let him sit for a minute. He'll put his foot in his mouth again. There, it's called the Great Lakes Science Center. Is what the official name of it was. And then, oh look, she had her eye open there. Eyes open. Eye. That's terrible to say. But this doggone dinosaur right here, I wanted to get the full thing with my 35 millimeter, and I couldn't figure out how to do it. So that was the closest I came. There's still probably 8 to 9 feet of a tail back here behind this thing. That was pretty cool. I like that. And this was from a different angle. I can't remember. No, I didn't go up a floor yet. It showed the comparison of how big this thing was to how little she is. And I was like, look at me. And then she finally turned around and had that wonderful look. This intrigued me, except it was so doggone hot. And this is walking from the Great Lakes Science Center over to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, because the parking garage is in the most dumbest place ever that I would think you could put a parking garage. It's not near the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's a big boat right there. And you can tour it. I think it's $19.95. You can go on the tour for it. And I don't know if it's still active or not, but yeah, I would believe you're right. And then this starts the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. These are all with the 35 millimeter, by the way. And then in the 35 millimeter. I thought that was kind of cool. It's hanging down from the ceiling. And it was, and we're going back because there was so many. I mean, you can't tell it by these pictures, but there was just so many people there. And if you want to see it all, you really need to be there either the minute it opens or I'm going to guess late at night. A lot of guitars on display, and then it has the artist that played them. Oh yeah, yeah. I found that picture to be relatively cool. I wished I could have gotten another 10 feet back so I could have got the whole thing, because this is, what is it, concave, I think it is. It's half circle or whatever. Not a big rap fan, but go ahead, Jose. I don't know if I can do that with my 35 millimeter or not. Yeah, that's what I call my 35 millimeter camera. If I'm misidentifying it, my camera told me that it identifies as a 35 millimeter camera, and it wanted to be called a 35 millimeter camera. So out of respect to it, I said, okay. So I'm not a big rap fan, but I like the picture. And I mean, Ice-T, who started out not as an actor, but as a musician, I thought that was pretty cool. I took about 5 pictures of this. Couldn't get it right, but that was neat. His motorcycle. Now I'm guessing as this focuses, you guys can see that it's focused. Yeah, it looks like it is. Took me a minute to, I played Doug Betts here. It took me a minute to figure this out. On the air from AM to XM. Right. That's it. It took me a Doug Betts minute, whatever you want to call it, to figure it out. Because I'm like, wait a minute, shouldn't that be on the air from AM to FM? And then I remember we're currently 2023, and that was the other picture of it. Had the other half of it. This is one. Remember I told you guys last night I couldn't get the Beatles? That's take one. And I kind of walked away because I didn't want to be frustrated. I like this picture. I'm going to actually use this. I've got plans for it. She's standing right here, but I couldn't get her to move in close enough so that the light would show that she's there. But she is actually standing right there in the lower right-hand corner. Same thing there. It's even worse. Then they had a heart display. Metallica. Another professionally taken picture. Jose. Yeah. Whichever one of you want to answer. And there's the good one. That one came out pretty good. That didn't come out real good. I was hoping that would focus back in, but it didn't. Had to get the Cleveland Rocks. And that's not so much from the rock and roll as it is, in my mind, from the Drew Carey show back in the day. Sheryl Crow. I like Sheryl Crow. I think she's pretty talented. And we know some of us have seen this already. No, this is this is not in. I did not go in the women's restroom. This is the entrance to the women's restroom. I liked the picture, and I had to time things perfectly so that there were no women around when I took this picture. And I really expected some flack. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously the picture was, yeah. So, and this is my first picture of the falls. I thought this turned out really good considering I was in Cleveland. I got a good picture of the falls. So how does that happen, Jose? I just barely move the camera and it causes these lights, or is that what happens? Okay. Flash was off and probably auto, yes. Okay. You walk in and they say take as many pictures, videos as you would like, no flash photography, and if there are no pictures or videos to be taken in a specific area, they will identify. And we only came across one area that they did not allow pictures or videos, and that was a shame too, because that area was really cool. It was a montage of video put together of all the not all the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductions, but a lot of the inductions. We've seen this one. I guess I moved the camera. I don't know. If any of you are Bon Jovi fans, had a good Bon Jovi display I liked. Got a couple pictures of that. I'm going to breeze through these because we can be here for 4 hours. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of when I was a kid growing up. My grandparents would go on vacation, and they had the true, back then, 35 millimeter camera with film. They'd have it developed, turned into slides, and then we would go up and spend Saturday evenings afternoon watching hundreds and hundreds of slides. Anyone, I mean, that's a bad picture, but can anyone take a guess what set that's from? What artist? I'll give you a hint. I'll give you two hints. One, it's a female. And two, I don't particularly care for her music and or her herself. I guess that's three. I actually like Madonna, and Lady Gaga's tolerable. Now I'm going to lose some more fans here when I say this, but this is actually from Taylor Swift. And I'm just not a big Taylor Swift fan. I like the thing that her and Tony Bennett did. I thought that was pretty cool. Dave Matthews. I don't know, Chris. I guess she's considered rock and roll. I honestly do not know. Yeah. Play set from Dave Matthews concert. I wish it had the doggone date on there somewhere, but it doesn't. And I like Dave Matthews. I'm a pretty big Dave Matthews fan. Joan Jett. And of course, the Beatles. I said, that one's out of place. We took that picture long before Joan Jett. This was looking out of a window. Something caught my eye. I thought, oh, that looks pretty cool. So I took the picture. And then outside the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I thought this was kind of cool. It really covers. That's Bruce Springsteen. That's Dave Grohl. I don't know who the other artist is. I should know who this is, but I don't. And then I got a picture of Mrs. K. It took me 10 minutes to get her to stand where I want her to. She's like, here? I'm like, no. Here? No. Just, and then looking back on the Hall of Fame itself. Pretty cool building, actually. And then we went back into here, and I asked the lady, I said, is this more kid-driven or is this for adults? And she says, well, it's actually more for kids. This was in the theater, the Dome Theater, and I snuck these in before the movie started. You sit there, it's not quite 360, but pretty close to it. So you have to sit there and look up at it. If you sit high enough, like in the top couple rows, you can look straight out and you'll see everything. But I couldn't convince someone, we all know, to do that. Now this I took from the second level, and that turned out pretty good, I thought. I was just impressed with that right there, that dinosaur. And then looking out over the lakes and whatnot. And then the front of the building. This caught my attention, but there's nothing there adult wise. So now we're in Niagara Falls. And I really feel bad that I didn't get this centered right to catch the emblem, and we did not get any pictures of her and I standing beside it. I wanted to take a picture of the flowers. This is with the 35 millimeter. It's not too bad. Thank you. And now we're at the falls themselves. So I know Lake Erie falls into the, I guess it's the Niagara River, which falls into the falls, which then goes on out, flows northward somewhere. This is Canada. That is Canada. I swear to God, I thought I saw B.H. Ringer down there waving, but I wasn't sure. That's just a tribute to Donnie Baker, who passed away on Friday. Ron Sexton was his actual real name. Donnie Baker's his stage name. He had two taglines. State law was one, and his other one was, I swear to God. I thought this went all the way across, and then it dawned on me, well, wait a minute. You'd have to go through customs to get into Canada and vice versa. But we did go up there. And then Mrs. K and I got into a contest of who could catch the birds the best in flight. This is my results with the 35 millimeter. And you can see this one's in motion. He was flapping his wings. I took this one specifically to send it to B.H. Ringer and tease him a little bit about it. This is the gate going down to the Maid of the Mist. And I'll just buzz through these pretty quick. In fact, I'll buzz through them real quick. If you see something that catches your eye, let me know, and I'll go back and try to explain it. Canadian boat. Me the model or Mrs. K the model? This one or the other one? Well, there she is. What is your question? Oh, I don't have a question. I just wanted to see the picture. Well, the camera's going to focus here, and this is all going to be background blurred, except for the falls, and even they're blurred. It's not a bad picture. And then this one's a little bit better. It caught these guys in here fairly good. I mean, for it's to be as old as the camera is, and for me operating it, it takes good pictures. It really does. My mom asked us, now this picture's interesting. I'm afraid of heights. So I'm standing arm's length away from the rail, holding the camera out over the rail, looking straight down to take this picture. And that picture. A little bit, yeah. I did make it up to the rail a couple times. It took a couple minutes to get there, but I actually did. I like this picture because you can see the mist coming up off of it. Same thing with that one. And then go ahead, fire away with your questions. Goat Island? Is that what this is right here? No, we did not. We went here and sat there and took millions of pictures and just looked at the is there a better view of this falls from over here? I was afraid you'd say that. Of course, this is Canada again. The entry to I guess this is entry both into the United States and Canada. It makes sense. And then these are at night when they were shining the lights. They're horrible. Admittedly so, they're horrible. But the lights show them, the lights themselves was pretty cool. That's just very professional. Oh, look. Little aliens invading. Oh, we have plans. This was funny, I thought. I mean, we're in the middle of nowhere, seriously. The sign said gas, food, I don't know, one of them things that's drawn, no words. I'm like, use something to drink, so we stopped to get something to drink, and gas was $3.75 a gallon. Horrible. But what caught my eye was the Tesla charging stations. It is out in the middle of freaking nowhere. I mean, just nowhere. I took this sitting in the car across the street in a parking lot. We were trying to get directions, and I liked how it looked. If the doggone tree wasn't there, if I could have gotten back over here to get it, it would have been cool. Now we're in Shenandoah National Park, and if you don't like parks, then it's not your thing. This is what I affectionately always call a Lorna picture. It's a picture that's accidentally taken of usually the floor or your feet or your knees. In this case, I believe this is the dashboard and a stump out in the thing. You'll see the stump again, by the way. I'm just warning you. I'm going to buzz through these. I tried to zoom in on this river. I tried not to get the mirror, but I'm driving and it was hard to do, and she's just not real good with the 35 millimeter. I mean, the other camera. I do want to, now this one, I got out and I took the picture. I actually got out of the car and took this picture. It's horrible. And I'll come back to it. Now, I teased her. I said, he got millipedes, chipmunks, bears, deer, and whatever this bird was. I said, do you see the rabbit? So she's down here and she's looking. I'm like, you don't see the rabbit? She goes, no. I said, look, there's a rabbit right there. I was trying to do a shadow rabbit, but I didn't get it out there far enough. She didn't think it was funny. So this one, you would think I got out of the car and took that picture. I did not. I'm sitting in the car taking this picture. And it turned out better than the one that I got out of the car and took the picture. Same thing with that one. I was still in the car. Okay, this made her day right here. This is, I mean, she was the whole time she's on the edge of the chair looking for deer. This was after a car had run it off. He came back, and I'm just slowly trying to inch up and take pictures at the same time, which is not the world's easiest thing to do. And then I finally spooked him, and that's how close we were. And then I got him barely going over the wall. She, being Mrs. K, did not see these two deer. I did not see the second deer until after I looked at the pictures. I saw the first deer, but I didn't see the second one behind it. And then the tunnel. Again, it's hard to take pictures and drive. Probably not the more. They tell you don't text and drive. I wonder how they feel about taking pictures and driving. This is the biggest, yeah, imagine. Sure, biggest blackbird I've ever seen. And then of course the sign, the entrance. I didn't notice that last night. That one's dark. That one's not dark. So that should be the end of those. Yay, everybody's happy about that. So now we'll go to Mrs. K's phone. This is the Ohio State line. This is when she finally started taking pictures with her phone. Well, okay, so this is what I don't like. Okay, this is a static picture. Her camera is set to the live, and I hate, with a capital H, hate the live photos on iPhone. Because it takes us about a second video of it. Now, I have plans for this one. I'm actually going to put that to good use. And I'm just going to show the static, and I'm going to click through to the next one because I cannot stand those. This is the sun coming up, obviously. Apparently she took a lot of pictures of that sun coming up. 'Cause that's a bunch of videos right there. I have a really random answer. I sent you the pictures of the food that we ate. The other food that we ate was snack, so no, I did not. Probably. You know what? I can't handle all these. Let's get up to the right here. So you could not seriously get a good picture of this. And I know for a fact we had our picture taken together about right in here where this kid's at. But I cannot find it anywhere. I liked this picture because she caught the helicopter. And it wasn't timed out that way. It's just sheer luck. it's weird that we both kind of see the same things and take the same pictures. We both have basically the same interest and likes, both musically and photography wise, nature wise and whatnot. I like this picture. I really didn't think that I was going to, because I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out, but I like it. It really did. Now, yeah, go ahead. I do smile. I just don't smile the way that the world wants me to smile. I smile all the time. I just don't have that big, glaring, teeth showing, grinning smile. A lot of people say, you're not happy. I'm very happy. No, you don't smile. I do smile. So initially, I did not want to wear this t-shirt. It's a tribute band called 8 Days a Week to the Beatles. I am so glad I wore the t-shirt, because I had more people walking up to me going, oh man, cool t-shirt. Because they, 8 days a week, the Beatles, they recognized it. So, see, I'm smiling there, Jose, look. See, that's a smile. Not the world's greatest, but I am smiling. Yes. If you take the time to join the stream earlier than right when I'm in it, you would know that that was suggested last week. Continuing on. Again, she didn't know I took this picture, and I didn't know she took this picture, but you can see the similarities in our likes. It's just, it's uncanny. I guess because we've been married for 16 years. I don't know. Moving on. So, I hope she got a better picture of the piano. I can't remember if it was John Lennon or Paul McCartney. It was one of the two. Anybody know who this is? No. I believe this is Fats Domino's. Do you know who the white guy is? No, it's not Little Richard. George. Yeah. How about there's a whole lot of shaking going on? Jerry Lee Lewis. That's right. Jerry Lee Lewis. Santana. Yeah, I'm not going to delete these off her phone. I want to, but I'm not going to. I just cannot. I set mine. I make sure it's never set to live photos. I cannot stand them. Cannot stand them. Now, I was in this picture somewhere, but I don't remember where. Because, again, I like the picture. I like the fact that it got this and this. But there's no me. Oh, there I am. I'm back in this one. Smiling there, Jose. I'm on it. Billy Joel, Doobie Brothers. And the bad thing about all of her pictures, all 322 of them, they are all in live mode. And I, note to self, next time we go, make sure her phone's not on live mode. No, Alex, actually driving down the road, I convinced her, they all are in landscape, because I told her, make sure the camera's turned the specific way with the camera in the upper left-hand corner, I think it is, on every picture you take with both cameras, mine and yours. And she did. She did a real good job of that. Because I was going to be pissed if she didn't. Well, it looks like there she didn't. Of course, as soon as I say that, she doesn't. She probably did that intentionally, and then she's back to being right. I don't know. Unless, you know, I'll give credit where credit's due. It might have been she wanted this specific guitar, and if she takes it portrait, she's going to get whatever's over here and whatever's over there. So it's a possibility that that was it, because then she's right back to it here. I mean, that's something that I would do. In fact, I think I did take a couple with my... See, here again, I took a picture of Dave Matthews. I'm not even near her, and she takes a picture of Dave Matthews. Then we're back out front, and we're back on the road. I think this was in New York itself. I think. I don't really remember. Yeah, we are in New York. She was scared to death I was going to end up in Canada, but I was not going to end up in Canada. Well, I'm sure they would have stopped us and wanted to see passports to get in. Here's the Niagara River. Okay. I told her, I said, I'd rather you take too many pictures than not enough. Now, knowing it was in live mode, I wished I wouldn't have said that, but... I mean, one thing is for sure, she did get enough pictures of what I wanted her to. That's a good picture right there. And knowing what we know now, we shouldn't have got off on that exit. Even though it said Niagara Falls. But it wasn't too bad. We hung this left right here, and you go straight down 6 or 7 miles and you're at the falls, so it wasn't too bad. And then again, everything's here. This is actually a video, and that's one of her better videos, by the way. Everybody lines up to see at the rail. Everybody lines up to see the lights, and it's just at times they're very rude about it, and she gives a pretty good description about what's going on. Yeah, there's a big light. See right here, Chris? Let me see if I can pause that right there. See this beam of light coming across here? This is shining on this fall, and I'm sure there's another one back here for this one. That thing is, I don't know, 6 feet by 4 feet maybe. It was a big light. I don't think... So the picture Alex is referring, or the food Alex is referring to is this one right here. We went to the Hard Rock Cafe. That's where she wanted to eat. And we got ribs and an onion ring stack. It was really good. Do what, Greg? No, not here. I did not. I checked it in the room. I don't know. I didn't tell her to pose or anything. So I'm going to buzz through these. These are with my phone. These are all Better Being Landscape. This is coming into Cleveland. I wanted her to get pictures of the stadium. Well, she did sort of, kind of. Yeah, I can blow that up a little bit. Atlanta, maybe? I have no idea why she took that, but she did. Hmm. I took this picture. I found it funny that garage closes at 8 p.m. Oh, wait, garage closes promptly at 11 p.m. Not confusing at all. And again, we took a lot. I took these with my phone. This is a video of the Let It Be or Get Back movie they did. And you can't see them because I obviously didn't record those, but this whole back wall is lined with people of my age and older. And some of them guys were rocking out. I mean, you could just tell they were having. No, it's about 180 maybe. I think there were 4 panels or 3 panels. This is when we were standing behind it. Yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to have that. It'd be nice, but she did get it. Okay, good. She did get New York. I did not. Had no intentions whatsoever. Apparently, I'm going to have to write things down for you because I told you I'm not going to go see Josh. And Mrs. K was politicking to go see Greg, and I appreciate that. I appreciate she had enough thought to ask you for the address, but I had already planned another surprise for her, and that was not going to happen. If I hadn't planned a surprise, we'd been knocking on Greg's door. Right before the police came, and I'd have been explaining to him that I was there to wake him up because I knew he was taking a nap. What was that? I guess that's a bird right here. Not the biggest fan of bridges either. I'm not, I get through them, but I'm just not a big fan of them. And then she cracked me up. She's like, this is our bed and breakfast that we stayed in. Oh, it was really nice. Looking back into the dining room area. And then I got to laugh. She said I should bring this into Da Vinci and put our name right here. I'm like, well, I'm sure that's what the intent was Jones, Stout, Smith, whatever, but they didn't do it. And we got lucky. Our parking space never did. All 4 of them were filled, and we parked in the same spot both times. So I felt pretty good about that. The patio. This is the window to our room right here. And then we're back to the falls. And again, I wished I'd have gotten. And there's a reason why we didn't, but won't get into that right now. No, Alex, we weren't arguing or fighting. This is a video that I took that I narrated. because you're not old enough to understand. People will tell them, "Oh, we're just going to go see the falls," and they disappear in the country, never to be seen again. And they know that, and they're aware of that. That's what. Same thing with the United States. Ah, we're just going to go see the falls. We're going to come right back to Canada. No, they're not going to allow that. That's why you have to have a passport. Little trivia I didn't know. So I had to take a selfie. I'm not good at taking selfies, but I had to take a selfie. My mom said it was a good picture. It's all right. And then I took another one because I didn't like it. And I did another video with the selfie view. So no, this isn't the Rock and Roll. This isn't the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. This is the Hard Rock Cafe. And this was sitting right across from us, so I took that picture. And then I got up and took that picture, as well as I zoomed it in and got that picture. And again, this is with my phone. And there's the internet speed that I did just for Alex Cheek while we were at the bed and breakfast, just to see what it was like. And then this was, I have no idea. I didn't ask the guy. It did not, I don't care. It worked. She's big on clouds, so she took a lot of pictures with my phone of the clouds, and that's fine. I got mixed feelings on this picture. It's just it's focused here, and then to me this looks like it's just horribly drawn by a 3-year-old. I don't like it. Something, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what that right there was, because it didn't show up, but it was there. I mean, yeah, I was just driving, and I told her take as many pictures as you want. Again, I would rather she takes more pictures than not enough pictures, because that way I can delete the ones I want and keep the ones I don't. I mean, it's just that simple. So as we're coming up on this, I'm like, oh, you got to get a picture of this. And of course, she's fumbling with the camera, and probably one of the few times we've had a little disagreement. I said, get the camera, I'll get it. I didn't think she got it, but she got it twice, actually. But she did not get the Canasteo River that I wanted. Actually, she got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She did that to piss me off. I don't know why she took this one. I really don't. Because nothing of importance there for me. And everybody's got to have pictures of the wind turbines. Got a bunch of everywhere nowadays. We got them in Indiana. I think that might have been the Canasteo River one. She just was late. I don't remember. I like this picture. And the reason I like this picture is because all of this is in focus. And all of this is like it's trying to catch up or something. I really do like that picture. And when you're moving, go ahead, Jose. Does it refer to that? Yes, what's the new photo term? Well, we were doing 70 mile an hour-ish down the highway, so yeah, I'm sure there was movement. I'm going to breeze through these because I think the macro is going to shut off here pretty short. This isn't the Blue Ridge Parkway. This is going to the Blue Ridge Parkway. This is not. Again, I'm not sure why she took some of these. I don't know, but we did not go to the Blue Ridge Parkway. We went through Shenandoah. Yes, yes, right, and we did not get to the Blue Ridge Parkway. The next. So there is the outro names going by. Thank you everyone for allowing me to share this with you. I'm going to continue to share it on Zoom. There's a few more pictures to go through yet. See everyone tomorrow night. Might be a Daily Da Vinci tomorrow. I don't know now that Doug's not streaming. I haven't decided yet. 9 o'clock tomorrow night for sure. And she's back to work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So it'll be pretty much back to normal the way that it used to be. Or at least as close to it as it can be. Define normal. Exactly, define normal. Oh, is that what it is? Okay. I never paid that much attention to it. Now, we went to Shenandoah. I think if there was not the urgency for her to want to get home, and I still don't know why that was, we would have done the Blue Ridge. Good night, everybody on YouTube. See you tomorrow. Thank you for being here.